Hey folks, Jason Steele Broker, your Bruce Gray Simcoe Real Estate Authority. Today on Real Estate 101, we talk home inspections. So the purpose and the importance of a home inspection is twofold. And, for the last 2.5 years, there's been a lot of offers that have been coming to sellers without a condition for a home inspection. Is that a good idea? No, absolutely not. There's going to be a lot of buyers who didn't do a ton of diligence over those offers in the last couple of years, who just had to get the house. And of course, reason being that there were multiple offers, and they didn't want to lose out. The problem being, once they move in, they find out the trouble. And when I mean trouble, it could be something as simple as a outlet, for example, that just doesn't work, or it's reverse polarization. But it could be something pretty serious, like a cracked foundation, a bad sump pump, anything like that. Over the last couple of years, I've been bringing an inspector with me for most of my showings. That way the inspection is done, at least a quick go through of the big ticket items in the house, the roof, the attic, the basement, the foundation, the electrical, and the plumbing. Things like windows that aren't functioning, whether they open or not quite as a big ticket item, but also equally important. So, what is a home inspection? First of all, to me, it's a proactive approach to home ownership. It's not meant to fail the agreement of purchase and sale, but rather give the buyer some perspective on what they're looking forward to in this home. It could be, the home inspector is going to teach them about how to keep the caulking up on the outside, like window frames, things like that. Talking about your downspouts, your eaves troughs, and other things. But it also will give you an idea of timelines. So for example, the inspector may be able to look at the roof, check the gap in the shingles, that kind of thing, and give you an idea of how long it's going to be before you have to lay out money on the roof. Again, it's not meant to fail, right? When you go through that house with your with your real estate representative, they should be able to tell you things like, look at the furnace and check out the age, or have a quick peek at the shingles from down below and be able to say whether this looks pretty old, it was put on 15 years ago, 25-year shingle, they're probably less than 5 years. The same with the furnace, hot water tank, the dates are right there. Windows, same thing. Windows have dates. 90% of the windows that I've seen have dates on the inside frame, around the seal of the frame. And again, an overrated item perhaps, because even though the window is 20 years old, if the seal is good, what's the problem? The R values are not a huge difference between a 15-year-old window and a window that's installed today, unless you want to pay the big bucks for a European style window. But even that, the money that you're going to save is trivial compared to other ticket items, an old furnace, things like that. Sump pumps, you always want to make sure they're working. So is the home inspection set to fail the house? Absolutely not. What can you do if a home inspection is, shall we say, not as rosy as you anticipated? There's a lot of things you can do. I mean, you can walk away from the deal, you can terminate the deal, provided you've done your due diligence. You're not really going to walk away from a deal, and you shouldn't be allowed to walk away from a deal over $100 item, because you're buying a $500,000 house. $100 item can be rectified. We're talking big ticket items. So if you find out the furnace is bad, if you find out there's thousands of dollars in repairs, then yes, you definitely can terminate that deal. The other thing you can do is you can ask the seller to remedy. So let's say, for example, there's a crack in the foundation that was found. Do an amendment. Have your agent do an amendment to remedy, to have the seller remedy at the seller's cost, or maybe you want to split the cost. You know, if it's a $10,000 foundation issue, seller pays half, buyer pays half. Depends on how badly you want this home, right? So hopefully that little notification didn't bother my video, because I'd hate to start it all over. So there's lots of things that can be done with the outcome of a home inspection. Bottom line is, you purchase the home conditionally. You should make every effort to move forward. And again, that's maybe asking the seller to remedy something. Find out the cost. A lot of home inspectors will start spewing out the cost of replacement, but things change all the time. Have a professional come in and quote. So if it's a furnace replacement, have a heating guy come in and quote. If it's foundation, if it's a leak issue, have basement like Superior Waterproofing, good friend of mine, have them come in and quote. If it's a cracked driveway, there's always Great Lakes Concrete. Give them a call. Quote the driveway before you firm up the deal. It's that simple, folks, and you're allowed to do that. So anyway, if you have questions, talk to your real estate rep. If you don't have one, give me a call. I'd be happy to answer any question you have on home inspections. All right, folks, well, that'll do it for this Real Estate 101 video. I hope you're enjoying your January so far. The weather's not been too bad. So, yeah, you have a great day, and we'll chat soon.